Today, we delve into the tumultuous life of Michael O'Loughlin, a figure emblematic of the shifting dynamics of organised crime in Ireland. His journey through the criminal underworld and the legal system reflects not only personal choices, but also the broader societal challenges of combating crime. O'Loughlin's story reveals a complex interplay of ambition, crime, and the pursuit of redemption in a world fraught with peril. He was a notorious crook who broke ranks with his gang to admit crimes which include importing drugs and conspiracy to murder. Michael O'Loughlin, who is originally from Galway but had been living in Northern Ireland, was arrested in County Down in 2020 as part of a Europe-wide crackdown on organised crime. O'Loughlin, 44, was one of a huge number of suspected criminals lifted after cops hacked the EncroChat encrypted phone network, which was being used to send messages between gangs. He previously made headlines when he was jailed for 9 years for membership of a criminal organisation in 2012, the first such sentence in the Republic under then new anti-gang legislation. Michael O'Loughlin's story begins against the backdrop of Galway's criminal landscape, a region historically less violent than other parts of Ireland, but increasingly influenced by organised crime networks. Raised in an environment where crime could offer a pathway to financial success, O'Loughlin, alongside his brother Eddie, gravitated towards a life of crime at an early age. The O'Loughlin brothers quickly ascended to prominence within the local criminal hierarchy. They became significant players in drug trafficking and armed robbery, aligning themselves with other notorious gangs such as the Colby Gang in Limerick and the Irwins in Sligo. Their operations were extensive, and they reportedly had around 20 people working for them, facilitating various criminal activities. This network allowed them to amass considerable wealth, although it also made them key targets for law enforcement. In 2012, the brothers made headlines when they became the first individuals in Ireland convicted under new anti-gang legislation. Their convictions for membership in a criminal organisation set a significant legal precedent. At that time, the police had recorded over 110 days of their conversations, providing a wealth of evidence against them. This marked a turning point in how authorities approached organised crime, laying the groundwork for future prosecutions. O'Loughlin and his brother Eddie, who had their sentences reduced to 6.5 years on appeal, were targets of Operation Foolscap, which focused on the brothers and more than a dozen members of their gang. They were released from prison in 2016. Fast forward to the rise of EncroChat, an encrypted messaging service favored by criminals. The law enforcement community in Europe seized the opportunity to infiltrate this digital communication network, leading to a cascade of arrests across multiple countries. Michael O'Loughlin was identified as one of the prominent figures communicating through this platform under the handle Real Feet. The EncroChat case became a crucial test for law enforcement's ability to utilize digital evidence in court. O'Loughlin's messages revealed deep involvement in criminal conspiracies, including discussions about potential murders. However, the legal complexities of prosecuting based solely on digital communications became apparent. O'Loughlin was not caught red-handed with weapons or drugs. Instead, much of the evidence against him hinged on the conversations he had within the app. Despite the circumstantial nature of the evidence, O'Loughlin's case was framed as a significant test for the prosecution. Law enforcement and the judicial system were keen to establish a precedent for the admissibility of such digital communications. The discussions about murder, while serious, lacked the concrete planning typically required to substantiate conspiracy charges. Faced with the mounting evidence and the possibility of a lengthy prison sentence, initially projected at 18 years, O'Loughlin made the calculated decision to plead guilty. This decision, while seemingly an admission of guilt, was a strategic move to mitigate the potential consequences of a trial. By pleading guilty, O'Loughlin secured a significant reduction in his sentence to 12 years, with the possibility of early release after serving 6 years. During the sentencing, the judge acknowledged O'Loughlin's guilty plea as a mitigating factor. This approach underscores a critical dynamic in the legal system, where the option of a guilty plea can lead to more lenient sentences, even for serious crimes. The case also highlighted the complexities defendants face when weighing the risks and benefits of going to trial versus accepting a plea deal. O'Loughlin's guilty plea came with the acknowledgement of a troubled past. In court, he articulated feelings of abandonment by his criminal associates, stating that he was left to face the consequences alone. He described his attempts to rehabilitate himself during his incarceration, promising the judge that he would continue on a path of reform once released. Michael O'Loughlin's story extends beyond his personal narrative. It reflects broader trends in law enforcement's battle against organized crime in Ireland. His early convictions under the anti-gang laws and subsequent prosecution in the EncroChat case represent a significant evolution in how authorities approach criminal organizations. For years, law enforcement struggled to establish the existence of organized crime groups in Ireland. Many gangs operated in a fluid manner, making it challenging to identify them as cohesive entities. The initial successes against the O'Loughlin brothers provided a framework for future cases, but did not solve the underlying issues of fluid criminal networks. However, with the advent of advanced surveillance techniques and the infiltration of encrypted communications, authorities found new tools to combat organized crime. The use of technology in the EncroChat case signified a turning point, as police adapted their strategies to leverage digital evidence against criminals. The implications of this case extend beyond O'Loughlin. It represents a shift in the legal landscape, with the potential for increased prosecutions of organized crime figures across Ireland. During his time in prison, O'Loughlin faced the realities of his choices. Although he was a significant player in the criminal underworld, incarceration stripped away his power and influence. However, reports indicated that even within the prison system, he managed to maintain connections to the outside world, reflecting his enduring status as a regional figure. O'Loughlin's efforts toward rehabilitation were notable. He engaged in various programs aimed at helping inmates reintegrate into society. His statements in court emphasized a commitment to reform, as he expressed a desire to leave behind the life of crime that had defined him for so long. The challenges of reintegration remain significant for individuals like O'Loughlin. The stigma associated with a criminal past, coupled with the connections to former associates, can make it difficult for ex-convicts to establish new lives outside prison walls. The question of whether he can truly disassociate himself from his former life looms large as he contemplates life post-incarceration. As O'Loughlin looks toward a potential release in the next few years, the lingering question remains: can he truly break free from the cycle of crime? His past associations and the lingering influence of his criminal network could complicate his attempts at reintegration. The reality of living in a world where former associates may seek to draw him back into illicit activities poses a significant challenge. However, O'Loughlin's journey also serves as a testament to the complexities of redemption. Individuals with deep ties to criminality may struggle to reshape their identities, but there are also countless stories of individuals who successfully turned their lives around after incarceration. Whether O'Loughlin can be counted among them remains to be seen. If you found this video insightful, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more true crime content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe.